Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Go to Elections. Today, I'm going to do my 2022 Senate prediction as of today, February 1st, 2022. We are almost 9 months away from the midterms, which is very hard to believe. So, these next few months are going to be crucial as we get to see the primaries happen for most states. Most states will have primaries a little later in the year, and we also get to see, what the matchups are going to be, and we also maybe you're going to start seeing debates and a lot more rallies that you get to watch. You get to see what the candidates are talking about. We're going to get to see debates. I'm very excited for debates to see what happens at those debates. And these next few months, as I said before, are going to be very crucial. Now, safe states for Democrats. Washington, I do believe, will be safe. Some people are saying it's going to be likely. A lot of things have changed since my last 2022 Senate prediction. So I think Washington will probably be safe. Let me know in the comments if you think that. I think Oregon, California, Hawaii, Vermont, and Connecticut will be safe. Maryland, right now, Larry Hogan looks like he's going to run, and if he runs, he probably will get the nomination. He is a pretty popular Republican governor in a blue state, which is Maryland. And I think that, there's a thing that right now Larry Hogan leads by 12 points over incumbent Senator Chris Van Hollen in the polls. I don't think that Larry Hogan will win by that margin, but you'll see what I think later in the video. Republican safe states: Idaho, Utah, North Dakota, South Dakota. I think Iowa will be safe at this point. Even though Chuck Grassley is retiring, you got some pretty popular people who could potentially get the nomination for the GOP and become senator in Iowa. Missouri will be safe. Arkansas, Louisiana, Alabama, South Carolina, Kentucky, and Indiana are all going to be safe. So now here's where it gets interesting, the likely states. So likely states for Democrats. Wait, hold on. I forgot to put Kansas and Oklahoma as safe. My bad. So safe states for are likely states for Democrats. Definitely their likely states have shrunken a lot since the past one, but there's probably only one state that's going to be likely. That's Illinois. So Tammy Duckworth, not a very popular incumbent. This is her first time she's up for re-election. Last time she had an election, she beat incumbent Senator Mark Kirk, which is very sad, by 15 points, just barely a safe margin. And this wasn't even, it kind of was a red wave year, kind of wasn't. This was the year of the 2016 election. But I think that potentially that it will be a likely margin for Tammy Duckworth. Doesn't really matter who runs, whether it's Adam Kinzinger or someone else. I think that Duckworth will win in a likely margin. Republican state or likely states, I think Alaska will be likely. The Republicans could potentially primary Lisa Murkowski in the Alaska Senate race, which is why that's one of the primaries I'm going to be watching, because Lisa Murkowski, of course, moderate Democrat, who actually voted to impeach Trump, I believe, both times. So I think that there's a potential that Lisa Murkowski tries to get primaried, but even if it's her or if it's another candidate, I think that potentially the Republicans will get it in a likely margin, probably around 13 points. I think Ohio will be likely. At this point, Florida will probably be likely for Republicans. And I just realized I forgot to put New York safe. And I think that, really, that's really it for Republicans for likely states. Everything interesting happens when we get to the lean states. But in Florida, just wanted to talk about that for a second. So the incumbent Senator Marco Rubio won election in 2016 by 7 points. And I think that potentially Rubio can get it in a bigger margin now. I think he can get it in 9 or 10 points, especially in a humongous red wave year, that being 2022. I think that potentially you could see Rubio win his election by big numbers. You can see other Republicans like whoever gets the Ohio nomination, whether it's J.D. Vance or Josh Mandela. That's going to be another one I'm going to be watching. Regardless of that, I think it'll be likely. And yeah. So let's get to the lean states really quickly. So Democrats lean states. I think only Colorado will be lean. I am putting out a Senate prediction for Colorado's race in a couple days. I'm not gonna say anything about why I think you. I'm not gonna spoil it at all, but I'm just saying that Colorado will most likely be in a lean margin. Now, I also think that Maryland will be in a lean margin. As I said before, I disagreed with the Chris Van Hollen losing by 12 points. Chris Van Hollen won his election by 25 points in 2016. So I don't see it going from 25 points for the Democrats to 12 points to Republicans. I assume that Maryland will be closer than people will expect, but I don't think that Maryland's going to flip and become a red state. Now, I also think, gotta go with I was getting a little ahead of myself there. But Republican lean states, I think that, the Republicans will probably clear the rest of the states off the board with the lean states and the tilt states. I think that Wisconsin, some people are saying it's going to be likely. I don't think so. Ron Johnson, won his race by 3 points in 2016. I expect that to go up to 4 or 5 points. I just don't see it becoming a 6, 7, or 8 point race. Wisconsin was one of the closest states in the 2020 presidential election. And even though, yes, I get it, they voted for Biden because of COVID, I still don't see Ron Johnson winning in a likely margin in Wisconsin. I also think that Georgia and North Carolina, as well as Arizona, are going to be lean. You could say, North Carolina is probably going to be likely, but Richard Burr won it by 5 points in 2016. But with Ted Budd, I don't think he's as popular as Richard Burr. I think he would win by about 4 points or 3 points. That's another primary I'm watching because it could be Ted Budd and it could be someone else. Just watch out for that primary too. Another big primary that will be fun to watch will be in Arizona. So may he rest in peace. The late John McCain won in 2016 by 13 points, and actually this Arizona seat specifically has actually had this is going to be his third Senate race within 6 years because after John McCain passed away, Martha McSally became the senator for there, and then in 2020 Senate race, Mark Kelly won the special election against Martha McSally, but he is up for re-election in 2022, and I don't think he will win. This GOP primary is going to be one to watch because it has Mark Brnovich and the great bass Blake Masters. I hope Blake Masters gets the nomination. We'll see what happens, but that's going to be a primary to watch in Arizona. Now, we go to the tilt states. So Republicans probably get Pennsylvania in a tilt. Pennsylvania, it's an interesting one. 2 primaries to watch. Democrats and Republicans, both with interesting primaries. Democrats, so Pat Toomey's retiring, so both Democrats and Republicans have a shot at Pennsylvania. Now, I'm not saying that the Democrats will win. I think the Republicans win by about 0.8 points. But I think that potentially it could be a Connor Lamb versus David McCormick. It could be John Fetterman versus Mehmet Oz. It could be, it could be anyone. Connor Lamb versus Mehmet Oz. It could be really anyone that could get Pennsylvania. That is going to be another primary I'm going to be watching out for. And then another state that probably will be tilt for Republicans is Nevada. Now, Nevada, it's going to have another interesting primary too. Catherine Cortez Masto, not very popular in Nevada, and you've got Adam Laxalt, the guy who could potentially get the nomination from Republicans. He's the former governor, which makes him a little popular because he's got experience with the Nevadans. Sorry if I said that wrong. I don't know how you would name people from Nevada, but and also just because if Laxalt gets the nomination, or really anyone, they're probably going to appeal to the Latino population in Nevada, which is why I'm saying that Nevada is going to be tilt Republican, not lean Republican, just because, it's going to be a close one. But I think that potentially Nevada's going to flip for the Republicans. And then that leaves New Hampshire, and I think New Hampshire is going to be the closest race in the election. And I think that potentially Maggie Hassan's going to lose her seat. Maggie Hassan only won her seat by 0.14 points in the 2016 election in New Hampshire. That is going to be a close race, maybe even closer than that, which would be insane. But that's going to be a race to watch. The Republican primary is also going to be a race to watch. Now that Chris Sununu said he didn't run, he wasn't going to run. You got his brother John Sununu. You got I forget his name, but he's like a army general. You've got so many people that could potentially have the Republican nomination for the New Hampshire Senate race. So that's going to be a primary that I'm going to be watching. And it should be very interesting to see what happens in New Hampshire. So I think that the Republicans will get 54 seats in the Senate by the time the 2022 Senate elections are over and we have inauguration day for the new senators in 2023. So I think that Republicans will flip 4 seats. I have them flipping Nevada, Arizona. I have them flipping Georgia, and then I have them flipping New Hampshire. I think that Maryland's going to be very close, but not Chris Van Hollen losing by 12 points close. Yeah. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to like, share, subscribe. We're so close to 300 subscribers. I believe at the time I'm filming this video, we're at 297. So yeah, be sure to subscribe. I hope you guys have an amazing day, and I will see you guys in the next video.